This video contains transformative commentary and reactions for entertainment and educational purposes. All rights to the original content belong to their respective owners.
So, I just want to start everybody off with a quick disclaimer. At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, alright? I'm not here to give you my opinion, I'm just here to show you something a little fucking crazy, alright? But hey, when the schizophrenic midget starts dropping straight 4K proof and shit, yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but... Alright, so I already asked about 5 parents this question that I'm about to ask you, alright? And they have all given me the same answer, thank God, okay? So, the $1 billion question is, would you let your child under 18 sleep with a random adult, whether they're rich or broke, or they're your best friend, you know? And before you start giving me the family excuse, just remember, we don't call him Creepy Uncle Lester for a reason, alright? So, let's watch this video that I was luckily enough to find, alright? So, we got a video right here from 7 years ago. So this is before AI, alright? And it's called Michael Jackson Talked About Sharing His Bed with Kids, and called it a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and watch this video together, alright? And we'll just find out.
All the joys of life as
And so it was that we came back to our meeting at Neverland with 12-year-old Gavin. I'd found this easily the most disturbing moment of the past 8 months.
You know, some have, and they say, is that really appropriate?
Okay, real quick. Sorry I paused. But this guy right here, if you don't know him, is Bashir, alright? He is a legendary interviewer. I've been watching this guy's interviews for years. People hate him so much, but he asks the real questions that no other interviewer is going to ask a celebrity. Alright, keep that in mind. This guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Alright, that's why people hate him. He's like the whistleblower of interviewers. Alright? So let's just get that out the way. And keep in mind, he's not forcing anybody to answer these questions. It's on them. They're stupid enough to answer this. Alright? So let's just watch this.
Talking about children, we met Gavin. And it was a great privilege to meet Gavin because he's had a lot of suffering in his life.
Yeah.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yes.
Didn't deny it, by the way. Straight up. Okay.
Can you understand why people would worry about that?
Because they're ignorant.
But is it really appropriate?
That makes no sense, by the way. Because they're ignorant? No, because they're worried. Alright? It's something you should worry about. It's like a giant fucking PSA of why you shouldn't let your kid sleep with other fucking adults.
For a 44-year-old man
44, by the way?
to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is not a beautiful thing. Okay? That is a very, very, very concerning thing. Okay? And to all my parents out there, that is a very concerning thing.
That's not a worrying thing?
Why should they be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room?
For one, you're the criminal, okay? And for the fact you're downplaying it to the point where people are thinking you're Jack the Ripper is a terrible analogy, okay?
This is a guy trying to help heal a child. I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag on the floor. I gave him the bed because he has a brother named Star. So him and Star took the bed, and I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag.
Did you ever sleep in the bed with them?
No. But I have slept in a bed with many children. I sleep in...
Can we replay that?
Did you ever sleep in the bed with them?
No. But I have slept in a bed with many children.
Again, to my parents out there, would you let your child sleep with a random man? Alright? Children, by the way.
I sleep in bed with all of them. When Macaulay Culkin were little, Kieran Culkin would sleep on this side, Macaulay Culkin's on this side, his sister's in there. We're all just jamming the bed. And we wake up like dawn and go in a hot air balloon. You know, we have the footage. I have all that footage.
But is that right, Michael?
It's very right. It's very loving. That's what the world needs now.
It's not right. Alright? It's actually very fucking concerning.
More love, more.
The world needs
more heart.
the world needs a man who's 44 sleeping
No,
in a
you're
bed
making
with
it.
children.
No, you're making it all wrong.
Well,
That's
tell
wrong.
me, help me.
He's not making it wrong because he literally admitted it to sleeping in a bed with children. What the fuck?
Because, what's wrong with sharing a love? You don't sleep with your kids or some other kid who needs love, who didn't.
That's a completely different analogy. Okay, if it's your parents, yes, obviously that's understandable. But like I said, if we go back to the Uncle Lester thing, there's a reason they call him that. Alright, you don't even let him sleep. You don't let your child sleep with even your family, any other family other than your parents or you. Okay.
Have a
No,
good
no,
childhood.
I don't. I would never dream of
I
sleeping.
would. I would.
I would never
Because
dream.
you've never been where I've been mentally. or
What do you think
innocent.
people would say if I said, well, I've invited some of my daughter's friends round or my son's friends round and they're going to sleep in the bed with me tonight?
That's fine.
What do you think their parents would say?
If they're wacky, they would say you can't. But if you're close family, like your family, you know them well,
But Michael, I wouldn't like my children to sleep in anybody else's bed.
Thank you. Because it's not right.
well, I wouldn't mind if I knew the person well, and if I'm very close to Barry Gibb, Perry.
That's the issue. You don't trust anyone, folks, with your child. Okay, it should only be you as the parent with your child. Alright? That's just how parenting works.
Harrison Prince can stay with him anytime. My children sleep with other people all the time.
And you're happy with that?
I'm fine with it. They're honest. They're sweet people. They're not jack.
That's the issue. Not everybody is honest. Alright? Not everybody is as pure. Alright? That's a major red flag.
the Ripper.
I suppose the
Again, he starts, so if we repeat right here,
Fine with it. They're honest. They're sweet people. They're not Jack the Ripper.
he goes back to the Jack the Ripper. Okay? The difference between Michael and Jack the Ripper is Jack the Ripper straight up strangled and killed women. Now, he didn't do that, but he straight slept with kids. Okay? He's a completely different fucking thing.
I suppose the problem for many people is what happened in 1993, or what didn't happen.
What didn't happen?
Just cast your mind back. What was that like when you first heard the allegations that were being made against you?
It was shocking, and I'm not allowed to talk about this by way of law. So
But how did you feel about what was being said? I'm not asking you to talk about what was said.
I was shocked because God knows in my heart how much I adore children.
But isn't that precisely the problem? That when you actually invite children into your bed, you never know what's
See,
going to
but-
happen.
But when you say bed, you're thinking sexual. They make that sexual.
Okay? Then, it doesn't matter if it's sexual or not. You do not let a child sleep in bed with a random stranger. What the fuck?
It's not sexual.
But
We're going to sleep. I tuck them in. I put a little music on, and do a little storytelling. I read a book. It's very sweet. Put the fireplace on. Give them hot milk. You know, we have little cookies. It's very charming.
That's alright and all. But you still admitted to sleeping in bed with other children. That's the issue. Okay. Stop downplaying it, dude.
Very sweet.
sure.
It's what the whole world should do.
Here's the
Look. So, I mean, if y'all look at this lyric right here by Eminem, I'm starting to not think that that was a joke, you know? Also, a few things you should know is it is said that Michael, it's alleged, alright? Michael did have pictures with Epstein, okay? So, you're gonna tell me the multi-billionaire musician didn't know that the multi-billionaire trafficker was trafficking kids? Okay. And it's also alleged that the minors, the kids, at Michael's Neverland Ranch had DNA fingerprints on magazines that they shouldn't have had on. Alright, and we're talking magazines that aren't for kids. Okay. So, I mean, what do y'all think? Alright? And I mean, we can also look at the comments. Right. Same as Stefan was saying, right? If this was anybody else, they'd be dragging your neighbor straight to jail. And that's just how it works, alright? Because that's supposed to be how it works. Right? Again, he admits they shared a bedroom with kids. Again, yeah. He's comparing himself and others to not being Jack the Ripper. Like, that is a terrible analogy, in my opinion. For one, Jack killed people. Okay, women. Alright? We're not saying you did that, dude, but you did sleep in bed with fucking kids. Right? Any other 40-year-old person, would you let your child sleep with them? No. Alright? I mean, so, at the end of the day, folks, just let me know what you think in the comments, alright? I hope you be on the right side. Otherwise, I don't think you should be a parent. And that's my opinion. Alright? But yeah. I'll catch y'all later.